unconditional love. We read about it time and time again in the Bible. We're called to live it out, to love unconditionally, the way that Jesus loves. Love. To love somebody regardless of how they love you in return. To love somebody regardless of what you get. And I find this to be true and so convicting at the same time. And more so, I think it's true to love unconditionally regardless of my condition. Regardless of how I feel. I could be overwhelmed, I could be stressed, I could be anxious, I could be happy, I could be sad. Amidst all those emotions, I believe that we are still called to love unconditionally. Not only the condition that we're sending our love into, but the condition which we send our love from. And how convicting is that? Because I am so guilty of loving the things that are easy to love and loving things when it's easy to love. I heard this short little parable or story last year, and I heard a different version recently, but it talked about if you're walking down the hallway with a cup of coffee and somebody bumps into you and you spill your coffee, why? And people would say, well, because somebody bumped into you. Which, yeah, but you spilled coffee because that's what was in your cup. And whatever you were carrying in that cup, you were going to spill. So whether it would have been water or orange juice or whatever, if your cup's full and you get bumped into, that's what you're going to spill. And the same is true for our lives, that what we are filled with is what comes out when we're shook, when we get bumped into. So when things go sour and I get bumped into, what comes out? Anger, frustration, disappointment. I know I do. But we're called to be filled with something totally different. And yet here I am, day in and day out, filling myself or allowing myself to be filled and creating such animosity and negativity. And I hope that the Lord would work in your life the way that I want Him to work in my life, and that I would ask and surrender those things, and that I would be filled with things that are patience and kindness and understanding, empathy. I just thought I'd share this with you on my ride after a 14-and-a-half-hour day, and now going to spend some time with the family at some volleyball. Reminding myself that everything that happened today at work has nothing to do with them, and that those emotions and those circumstances aren't to be taken home. And I just present them at the foot of the cross and ask the Lord to take them away and to present me to my family as something that's pleasing to Him and that's representative of Him. Because if I don't and I do it on my own, it just turns into something that's ugly. So I pray that would be true for you guys, and that I don't boast about myself, and I just boast about what the Lord can and is doing in my life, and that He can do in your life. So I hope that you're able to take something away from this. Have a great day.